Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Stoneblock 2. So when I last left off, I hadn't done any of this. So what I have done is I've gone ahead and set up item ducts. So because these auto-eject, not object, they will automatically put stuff into the item ducts and then send it to the, whatchamacallit. So I don't remember if I had done this. Dirt. Setting up the facades and the terminals. It comes to this point in the floor. I left dirt here so I could identify it. And then I ran cabling down along here and then split up. So these are actually like, all of this is fake. But anyway, so it ejects into this ender chest. And up here we have power for everything. And then we have ender tanks providing water. So I don't remember exactly, but I think that these garden cloches basically use 4 RF a tick. So we're providing a lot more power than they are using. And you'll see that I have actually wired everything up. So all of it has water, all of it has power. There's an ender chest in each corner, and then ender chests up there as well for the top rows. And it was really annoying to do, but they all also already have dirt in them, which was kind of a hassle and annoying. Because you have to click it, you have to shift the dirt in, close it, go to the next one. Did it everywhere. It was horrible. We have these servos pumping water. More of these flex points for the power. So I mean, honestly, if I want to, I can come over here and go. So it is not outputting? I don't know. Either way. But the chests only don't connect in the corners because I don't want item clutter. So they only connect for that row on each side. So that's pretty cool. And the AE system is down and off that way. We'll get rid of this, we don't need it. So pretty much it's at the point where I can just pop seeds in and it'll go. Now, actually let's check something. How many sugarcane do we have? Sugar. So we don't actually have a lot of sugarcane. So what I did was, you'll notice this is a pattern terminal, so I can make patterns. And then I have the interface terminal here so I can set up auto crafting. So let's grab a piece of sand. Sand, I think we have a little sand in here. And let's swap out one of these for sand because I think that we can do this. And that will give us sugarcane for whatever we need sugarcane for. Don't think we need it for paper, but you never know. Paper. Okay, maybe we do want it for paper. But this will grow and auto output, and now we have sugarcane in the system. So I'm not sure where the sugarcane is being stored. But that's okay. It leads me to the next thing that I did while we were away. So if I were sugarcane, sugar. Okay, sugarcane is here. So we're gonna move sugarcane. So we'll grab one. We'll give it another home. We'll give it a home. Wait, is sugarcane compactable? This entire thing here is so that I can tell whether stuff is compactable. That's why it's there. It doesn't serve any other purpose. So now we'll put sugarcane there. And this one is unlocked, so we're going to go ahead and take these sugarcane out. Lock that drawer again. And then we'll put them in here. So now we'll be able to store, let's see, that's compressed and double compressed sugarcane, I think. Sugarcane. So we can actually like quintuple compress sugarcane. How's that? septuple, octuple compressed sugar cane. That is a lot of sugar cane. Sure, why not, right? So all of the, you'll notice that it has all storage upgrade 5s here and 1 void upgrade. So everything on this, in this section, everything in this section, all of this stuff, and like these, I think I only got down to there. Yeah. So I need to work that way, and then of course these I also set up so they have the full upgrades. So when I was doing this, I actually ran into a problem. Upgrade. So I can make it, but the problem I was having was it could get everything up to this step, and then AE2 was unable to make the compatibility jump to use any drawer to make the upgrade template. So I changed my pattern for the upgrade template to include specifically this basic drawer, because this is the drawer that I'm going to be using the most of, so that's the one that I have the recipe for. So just in case you care or are following along at home, that's what I did, because that's the problem I ran into. It was trying to say that it could use any drawer, but the recipe asked for an oak drawer, but it wasn't really accepting the compatibility. So I specifically set the recipe to the dark oak drawer so that it would work more reliably. Also, coming up in here, so there it is. So I put chicken chunks into the pack. I think I did anyway. I probably did. Because the FTB chunk loader, this thing, does not play well with AE2. It will give you lots of problems. So I set this to about, I set it to square, and then told it a 6 chunk radius. It requires no power. It sits in the corner, kind of looks, you know, kind of attractive looking. I like watching the little floating ball. Is that it's actually a dodecahedron, but who cares, right? So that was the thing. But when we started all of this, one of the entire points was we were trying to set up lava buckets, right? So we set up fire essence so that we can go ahead and say, this is a recipe for lava buckets. So now, as long as we have fire essence and empty buckets, we too can fill buckets with lava. And we can actually do the same thing with water too. Water bucket. Let's see if the... Okay, we don't actually have a recipe for water buckets. But let's make a recipe for it. So now, whenever we need to hard craft a bucket, you know, of lava, with a bucket of lava or a bucket of water, and hard crafting is basically, for, you know, I'm using that term to describe using a crafting grid rather than liquid infusion via, you know, crucible or something like that. So like the way that we have set up to make the treated wood in Project Ozone, which we may or may not do later, but we'll see. But we were working our way through mechanism, as I recall. So we have all of this set up. So we have the basic enriching factory, basic infusing factory. We have our thing up there, which is stuff and weirdness. And we were actually looking at making a crusher. So, because we do not have a crusher, I don't think. Enriching factory, infusing factory, infusing factory. I think the crusher is basically where we left off. So in order to make the crusher, Let's look at our recipe here. That is what we needed the lava buckets for. So we kind of got sidetracked into making fire essence and all of that. So now we can just go ahead and tell it to make this, and it's going to use the essence to make lava buckets to craft all of this to go. And crusher. Boom. So let's make an installer really quick. We want just a little a basic installer to make this a crushing factory. So we're going to put the crusher probably, make sure your side config is good. So these are both stone, that's stone. So the cable facade is there. So let's pull the cable facade off with a wrench and see where we go. So right now it has 8 of 32 channels. And this one, let's get up here and take a look. I really need creative flight. So this has 3 channels, but it connects at 8. So we can't use this because it's already connecting at 8. So we'll have to be cautious of that. I don't see anything further up, further down. So we don't want to do it right here because of the dense cable. But what we can do is we can put it right here. So let's put this facade back up. And let's dig into the wall here. So we want to be able to get behind it. We'll pull the dirt back up. We'll pop that. I wish I'd used dirt. I mean, it doesn't matter. But so we need a new interface. So we're actually going to need 2 of these, if you'll recall. Now the cool thing about crushers is they pretty much just do their thing. They won't need any additional input. So we're going to slap these in here. We're going to tell one of them is input. So that's going to be inputting into the system. And then we're going to put this one here, and we're going to call this, oops, where did it go? Weird. I'm going to call this one crusher. So now we're going to put input there. We're going to pull this off. We're going to put the crusher there. We're going to make the crusher and upgrade the crusher to, wait, which direction are you facing? I think it's facing the right way, so let's kill this. So it's got power already. Perfect. So we're going to tell it that eject is going to be, oops, auto eject. Bottom, I think that's auto eject. So output onto the back. And then we'll have do we want to, let's do it out at the bottom here. So we want a cable anchor to keep these from merging, because we don't want the channels to conflict with each other. And then we're going to get some smart cable. So we want to connect so we'll connect this and that, and then we'll put this on the bottom, And so we'll tell it that our input is here. And then we'll bring this forward. So now looking at this, we should have 10 channels. There we go. And what we'll probably do is for this dense smart cable, so it comes this way, we'll probably just bring it down again so that we can okay, we want this to look nice, so we're just going to do this. Stone cover, we need facades, there we go. So we'll pop a stone facade down, pop that cable back on, put the fixed stone here. So yeah, we'll bring this cable down and we'll kind of come off that way with it. And then we'll, for other stuff, we'll just go ahead and bring it out different sides. So this cable is just going to be for this wall, and then we'll have the dense cable for this wall, and then there's one here, dense cable for this wall, and etc., etc. That way we don't have to worry too much about that. Now we are going to have to keep an eye on, so we have 10 channels there and 2 channels there, so that's 12 plus 8, so we're at 20 channels already. So we're going to have to be kind of careful about how we use that unless we set up another network thing, which we could, but we'll have to play with it. And next time I'm going to try and be smart and bring it out of the floor so we don't have to keep jumping around and stuff. But most importantly, we now have this basic crushing factory. So we have the crushing factory, the enriching factory, and the reason that we need the crushing factory is when we look at installers. So our next tier of installer is going to require, can we actually make that one yet? Advanced. How many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we make some of these? So it needs the advanced control circuits. So let's look at the advanced control circuits. Like so. We'll pop these in here. And now we'll go advanced control circuits, and we'll need 5 of them. So what that's going to do for us is, right now, each one of these machines, and we'll auto sort. Each one of these machines has 3 locations. So if we take these, all of them, thank you, and we do boom, 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 and you can tell at a look what level they are, not just by the tooltip on top, but if you look at the top edge here, this is change color. That might be difficult if you are colorblind. But maybe there's enough of the difference in the shading for you to be able to tell. But again, tooltip at the top if there are other things. So now they go from 3 to 5. So all of our stuff is faster. We're going to need some speed upgrades for this. Speed upgrade. So we'll take 8 of these. But we were actually looking at energy upgrades as well. Energy upgrades. So the energy upgrades, we'll need 8. So to make these, we want the pulverized gold. So we'll take gold, and we'll say if we have crushing factory, take some of these speed upgrades, pop them into here. Now we're going to have to watch this a little bit because there's some stuff that I need to do to set our power up right. So now to make we have the gold, Gold. Set this up here. Take our pulverized gold. Take a gold ingot. Set that in. Pop this in here. And we go ahead and say, now we take the energy upgrades, and we'll need 40 of them because we have 5 machines at 8 each. Oops, 40. Go. And it's going to come over here and start pulverizing the gold for us in just a second. Probably. Oh, right, we already pulverized like a stack, so it's fine. I knew that. I knew that. So, energy. And so what this is going to do for us is it will make our machines use less power and increase the capacity. So we can just pop these in here, do that. And so it goes from 20 to 26 to 35 to 47 to 63 to 84 to 112 to 150 to 200. Cool, huh? So we'll do this with all of the machines. Now that carries over if for every time we upgrade the machine with the installers. So when we go from the advanced to the elite, it will increase the capacity there as well. So if we look at the installers and we go elite, and we'll need 5 of these. We may not be able to make them yet, so we need the reinforced alloy, and we need the elite control circuits. Now to make the reinforced alloy, let's look at this. Reinforced alloy. Reinforced alloy is going to take compressed diamond, or that, with the metallurgical infuser. So we need to be able to make the diamond plates. So that is going to take a diamond in the enrichment chamber. So we have the enriching factory here. We have this. So now we have this. And so we'll go ahead and we need to put the enriched alloy. I think we can actually just pattern it like so and tell it to get rid of that. So it's this one. Pop that in there. And then now we can go ahead and make these on demand. And we need to look at our elite tier installer. So we need an elite control circuit for that. So we'll pop this in here. Infuser, okay, so we'll do this. And now we can go ahead and make 5 of these elite tier installers. Just a quick check to see how many emeralds I have. Emerald. Okay, I think we have a few emeralds left. Good. I was worried. We have a few diamonds too. So now this gives us the elite tier installers, which we'll take all 5 of them. And we'll go, so she says 200. Pop that in there, 280. Now, if we right click, it went from 5 to 8. And the storage here is better as well. So it's going to keep doing that. So this has 64 and it has 4,960 and 500K. So we do the installer. Then now it's 6960 and it's 700K. See the difference? So whenever you do this, the machines get better in pretty much every sense of the word, and with the full range of upgrades. And you can tell that we have 8 speed because it says here, it works at 10 times speed, and then we have 10 times energy. Pretty sweet, huh? Our next step on this thing is we want to make the last tier of installer. And I also want to be able to type. So ultimate tier of installer. Elite tier, ultimate tier. So we can make these. We'll need to be able to make the atomic alloy and the ultimate control circuit. So the atomic alloy, this here. We're just going to do this really quick. Now, the Ultimate Tier Installer, I'm going to be quite frank with you, does not... well, actually, we need to make this. So, Crusher. Does not do anything as far as I can tell. Now, we'll still need to... we'll still need to be able to make these things, so we want to be able to do... Oh yeah, these are both bad. I guess I'll go ahead and we'll take care of this on the next episode. I mean, we just ran out of time anyway. But that's our next step, is setting up the last thing for the auto crafting, and then we have a bunch of mechanism machines that we're probably going to look at. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. And you folks have a fantastic night.